honestly speaking, winning a reality show anywhere, having the title doesn't really matter. Because after all, you have to understand it's a production and we are the products.
So winning the show doesn't really matter as long as you're willing to work. So you're saying it's more about the drama than the singing.
Reality shows teaches you a lot of things, but the primary thing it teaches you, get rid of your ego.
What is that one tool a singer has to always work on?
Their vocals.
All right, but what about Autotune?
I kind of want to break this myth that if you're a musician and you are getting paid, you're not an independent musician.
Are you aware of the nasty process of casting couch?
Yes.
Do singers have to go through something like that?
I think singers have to go through the concept of lobby couch.
Hi there. Welcome to another episode of NMN Pods. Today's episode is going to be sensational because I've got the brilliant singer and my dear friend Durnibar Saha. It's a pleasure to have you, Durnibar.
Same here, Shivashish. It's a pleasure to be here with you, anywhere in the world. And most importantly, how is your life? How's
My
it
life is
going?
great. As you can see,
Great, man.
for my audience,
Yeah.
I want to ask you something,
Tell me.
which we have gone over multiple times. Computer science to singing.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
It's a long yet short journey.
I want the short journey.
Yeah. The short journey is computer science boring the hell out of my life. Doing the job, knowing that I'll quit it at any point of time. Got done with my loan, left the job, went straight ahead to my photography passion.
So music isn't the first choice.
Music was never the first choice for me because music was always there, but I never thought of it to be the primary profession for myself. And in a very strange day, after coming back from a shoot, I joined a friend of mine in the queue of the audition of SAREGAMA Bengali 2015, and he asked me to get into the line to have the conversation, and I did. And after standing 3 hours in the queue, having all the discussions, getting bored in the line as oh my god, and seeing 10 of the fellow
Contestants in the same song.
singing the same song, he asked me to, bro, I know you can sing, just sing something else. I went inside, sang something else, got selected. Even that was a shoot day. I got a call after a month to come over. I went there and things fell into place. Yeah.
You won the competition.
Yeah. But honestly speaking, winning a reality show anywhere, winning it, having the title doesn't really matter. Because after all, you have to understand it's a production and we are the products. So
see.
as long as in that production you are staying till the final stage, so basically being in the final or delivering more number of songs is what matters in a reality show, not winning the reality show. Because none of the winners, I won't say none of the, because starting from last 20-25 years, reality shows are happening in India. uh, there are thousands of winners.
Great.
We don't know even 90% of them, right? So the people who are willing to work, they only stay.
That's a nice thing to say.
Yeah.
So winning the show doesn't really matter as long as you're willing to work.
Yeah. And as long as you are willing to adapt to the situation, because whoever is getting into the reality show game, unlike me, they already are singers. Most of them are.
Right.
And they get in there to get the platform, to get the rise.
So you're saying they have been training for several years just to be a part of that show?
Not necessarily, but they usually take a year or 6 months or 2 years time to get into the reality show. It's more like getting prepared for joint entrance.
So it's not for the singing, it's to
not for the
be a part of
singing.
the platform.
Yeah, to be part of the platform. Which platform? Fine. And at the end of the day, it gets you inside the industry, gets you work and stuff like that, gets you gigs.
Right.
So it's that. That's
It's almost like casting.
yeah. It's a process. It's a selection process that goes on for a period of time. So being from a corporate sector, it helped me from a on a lot of perspective, because I understood the production part from the very first day.
Mm.
That if I have to do something great out of it or good out of it, if I have to make something out of it, I have to understand the whole game, not just me, Durnibar, singing amongst 20 other people and winning a title, getting a Performer of the Day
Mm.
award, Performer of the Week award, or winning the game altogether. Basically, what I have to do is I have to connect with the people through that screen. They are going to watch me through that screen. And however I present myself, however little that is, if I am pure at that, if I am delivering something honestly, that will get conveyed. I cannot pretend.
You cannot pretend.
You cannot.
That's great. That's a good thing to say. It's funny that you said that. So this was almost like greatness was thrust upon you. You didn't ask for it.
Absolutely. I'm blessed.
You're blessed.
I am blessed. I can say that because honestly speaking, I cannot say that I work really hard for doing the riyaz and all that stuff. I'm not that kind of a person. I learn a lot. I observe a lot. I try to understand things a lot. But it's not like I process things or I mug up things.
Mm.
That I have to do this, so I have to do 6 hours of riyaz and I can deliver this. No, it doesn't work like that. Music is divine. I mean, of all people, you know that. You take music on a very spiritual level.
Right. Right.
Music is a very spiritual thing. You have to have it like a meditation. You have to take it like that. And as far as reality shows are concerned, you have to understand that apart from those competitors that you have, every single person in that whole crew is very important to you. If you are not making them, if you are making them angry or if you are irritating them, they can screw you up really bad. I'm telling you, or giving you an example. Suppose the person who wakes you up in the morning and
Mm.
gives you your first tea, that's the same person who will deliver you the tea when right before your performance, like if you need something or not. If you actually piss that person off right before your performance, that person will just deny giving you the tea. Apart from like instead of giving you a hot cup of water, they'll just give you a cold cup of water and your performance will screw up.
Have you faced things like this?
No, because I'm a smart guy.
Good. Good. So, so you're saying it's more about the drama than the singing.
In reality show,
Yeah.
no, when you are singing, it's only about singing.
No, like not from the contestant's perspective. The production of it.
Absolutely. Why will people see that otherwise?
Mm.
Why will they? I'm giving you an example, another example. In recent few years, there is a tendency of like patching one guy, one
Acha,
girl,
I
patching them
get you.
up on
Yeah,
screen.
right.
They don't even have any chemistry in between them. They are getting forced to get up on stage together to
So it's a script.
keep that drama on because that's sold.
That sells. I get it. I get it. Must have been harsh for you. Says,
Not really. It's
but
fun.
you're a guy
It's
who doesn't
it's
pretend. That's what you said.
so what? So it was not harsh for me because I understood the core of it. You have to work with all of them.
Mm.
I was having a conversation with you yesterday only
Right.
that if you are a musician and you are not working with people who are not musicians, what are you doing?
Mm.
If you're a musician, you only hang out with musicians, you only have a conversation with musicians, you'll be saturated after a point of time.
True.
You will not be generating any work, you will not be generating any new ideas inside yourself.
It's true.
You'll be stuck. So in a reality show, there were like 252 lights on the set. I counted them from the very first day when they laid out the floor plan.
Mm.
I was there. I was the only one there actually to see that how this magnanimity is getting formed.
Mm.
Once you get those environment inside you, you tend to understand the priority of it,
Right. Right.
right? the huge amount of work the art and craft people do every single time a golden guitar is pressed, a number of pieces of paper on the floor, they get 5 seconds of time to clean that up. You have to respect that guy as well.
So it has taught you a lot of things.
Reality shows teaches you a lot of things, but the primary thing it teaches you, I really want everyone, whoever is getting into a reality show, to understand this. Get rid of your ego. Once you do that in there, it'll be a piece of cake after that.
Right. Get rid of your ego. Your that show gave you a lot of visibility.
Of course, it gave me all the visibility.
Right. And you have a rather social image to maintain.
I had 96 followers before I went to Saregama.
And what happened after that?
After the first telecast, I just got 3,000. Yeah, social visibility is out there. Maybe that's what makes me refrain myself from the social media, because right now I keep myself away from social media. I don't bring my life onto social media.
Why? Why do you say that? Do you think your audience has been very harsh with you?
Audience, I would say,
in terms of your personal life being on the social media?
No, not really. My audience, whoever listens to my songs and appreciates or makes comments on my songs, on my singing, on my music, no, it hasn't affected me much. But there are some moral police. There are some unnecessary people putting their opinions out loud on the social media. Not there are people who consider Facebook comments to be a conversational joint where you have conversation with somebody else. If me and you are talking in a Facebook comment section, if this guy comes and drops me a text and I ask him, why are you getting into my conversation? That makes no sense. So these things are there in social media right now, and the biggest reason because of that is social media is free. Anybody can get in there, do whatever they want to. So social media is there. It is a very important tool. It's a very powerful tool. And I have been part of Facebook since the first month of launch of Facebook in India. So I know the basic algorithms of it, how it works, and it has evolved so much. So I take social media or all the platforms in that technical term way only.
I see.
And
you don't see anything more than that.
I really don't see anything more than that, because if I want to make myself viral, there are multiple number of ways to do that. And honestly speaking, governments are controlling social media.
That's true.
So who am I to be a runner or the ruler in social media? I take myself away. I was telling you, like ego, I don't have it. So in case of social media, I think if you keep on posting your stuff, and if it's real, if it touches people's heart, people will follow you. People will listen to whatever you have to say.
About your playback,
Yeah.
you've been doing a number of playbacks this year.
Yeah.
A few of your songs are one of my favorite songs. Like the songs that you did for Aharemon with Neil Dotto. That's a great song. I love that song. And why are you restricting yourself to just the Bangla language?
Not necessarily, but to be part of any other industry, you have to go there and be there.
And you don't want to go to Bombay?
Absolutely, I would love to go there, stay there for some time, work, but not right now, because I don't have the luxury of doing that right now, because there are work here. I have to finish that. When I have the time, I'll go there and work myself out. But it's not like that I'm working out there as well. There are some of the works that I'm doing in Bombay. So to be a pertinent member of the Bombay film industry or the music industry, you have to be there.
You understood that.
Absolutely.
Since you're a smart guy, you figured that part out.
Yeah. You have to be there. You have to stay in Bombay. You have to, because that's how Bombay works. I think that's how any of the industry works. So you have to be there. You have to learn the ways. You have to meet people, and it's a very organic way out there, but I would definitely say Bombay has a fantastic work culture. It's so much better than our city.
Really?
Absolutely.
Why do you say that? What is that one tool a singer has to always work on?
Their vocals.
All right, but what about Autotune? That's also a tool.
Autotune is very important. You need Autotune these days, because there are singers whose vocal tone is very important. You have to use their tones. And see, man, there are people who can't sing and using Autotune to get away with it.
Right.
But do you really want to fight that?
So you're saying we have to nitpick, we have to cherry pick, take the best of someone.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, if you are going to use Autotune on Shreya Ghoshal's voice, the Autotune doesn't know how to tune Shreya Ghoshal's voice or Sonu Nigam's voice.
You're saying they don't need an Autotune.
They don't need an Autotune. But there are people for their voices, you need Autotune to fit into the song. Otherwise, it will sound horrible.
Right.
But is it necessary? No, it's not. In some cases, Autotune gives you a different texture. In some cases, one line you have sung beautifully, but there are two notes which did not hit the pitch. To do that, you need Autotune. So Autotune was a helpful tool. Now it has become a necessary. So it is once again the people's fault who have been using it unnecessarily. So if people like me and all the other singers who just keep relying on Autotune, the singing industry will go haywire. But I don't.
So you endorse the moderate way of using it?
Of course.
In regulation?
Yeah, in regulation, where it's required.
I understand. Speaking of technology and AI, and what about using your voice? What about using a voice of someone who isn't alive?
There are people who are doing that, right?
Yeah.
It's getting recreated.
If I were to use your voice for a song where I don't need you anymore.
You can use my voice. This is a very, very important point. You can use my voice to sing something else or my tone, but you cannot bring up the expression. You can. AI cannot do that yet, so far, because I have heard Kishore Kumar singing "Tum Hi Ho," so it did not sound good. It didn't sound good. The voice sounded like Kishore Kumar, the song sounded like Tum Hi Ho, but the song did not make any sense.
Right.
So for fun, you can do that. But there are requirements of using AI where one film is getting made where the character's voice is to be replicated to be the original voice, but the person is not there anymore. So for that, once again, AI is also a tool. So if you need to use that tool, use it moderately, in a regulated way. Don't rely on it.
Don't rely on it.
If you need my voice, call me. I'll come and sing for you.
Good. That's a good approach to have. Do you have any the psychological myths that many singers have? I can't eat before I sing. I need to rest for 2 hours. My voice needs resting. Do you have things like that?
I don't consider myself to be a singer who is nothing but a singer. I'm a human being first.
Right.
So there might be situations where I cannot follow those myths.
Right.
So if I keep those blocks inside my mind, I'll be blocked in multiple number of ways. You know me for a long period of time. So you know that better, that I don't have those myths. But there are tricks and tweaks which you can do. So I follow them, like having a green chili if you have a very greatly blocked voice, or use some medicine and get steady. So no, I don't follow those myths.
So you're quite flexible is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes.
Are you aware of the nasty process of casting couch?
Yes.
Do singers have to go through something like that?
I think singers have to go through the concept of lobby couch.
I've never heard of that. What is lobby couch?
Just a synonym or like something
It's the same thing?
No, it's not the same thing.
Okay.
But in case of singers, I think they have to get into a group of people where they are doing some work together. Like if it's a group of 5 people and 2 of them are actually working in the industry, there are juniors or less relevant vocalists or musicians, they tend to get into those group and get something out of it.
I see.
So
So a singer has to penetrate a certain clout.
they don't have to.
They don't have to.
They don't have to.
Acha.
So this is a mentality.
Oh, you're talking about a mentality.
Yeah.
Have you met people who do that?
Yeah, of course.
And they get work by doing that?
For some
time.
For some time they get paid off and they get some work, but it doesn't stay. It doesn't work that way.
Because
So-
they aren't real.
Yeah. So basically, see, even today I am having this conversation with you, and we started with this brand called SAREGAMA,
Right?
right?
Right.
So I was a part of that, and now I'm sitting with you as Durnibar. But it took me 7 years to let the anchors know that just call my name.
Don't
Not,
say Saregama Pa's Durnibar.
yeah. So if you are getting into a lobby and getting the work, you will always be part of that lobby. You will never be that person that you want to be.
That's a deep man. Durnibar, you have had a number of playbacks, but you have also worked independently. I have worked independently with you. I still want to ask you where your true passion lies. Do you think of yourself as an independent musician, or do you think of yourself as someone who is inclined to just doing playback music?
I kind of want to break this myth that if you're a musician and you are getting paid, you're not an independent musician. If you're a musician, you are sitting inside your bedroom or your bathroom, you're singing for yourself, not getting a single penny, you are independent. If you're getting paid and that's making you buy things, you are not independent.
You're a professional musician.
You're a professional musician. So dependent and independent, this concept doesn't really matter. Independent is that way where you are not relying or depending on a governing body. You are not part of a film.
Right.
You're just making just a song. That way you can call it independent, but you are doing the work independently. You are not an independent musician.
I understand. So speaking of getting money, where do you get your money from? Do you think it comes from the playback, or do you earn your living through shows? Which one has a more profiteering market?
In case of our fraternity, I would say we earn from the gigs the most. But earning from playbacks and earning from jingles and everything, that's a different ballgame altogether. You can just be doing that, but there are people who are pursuing music as a side hobby.
I see.
I really don't consider them to be someone or musicians who are part of the industry, because what they're doing is they are taking space for the serious people.
They're diluting the space.
They're diluting the space. So the thing that you just asked about from where musicians are earning.
Right.
See, in our work culture in Calcutta, musicians earn through vocalists. Right?
Right.
There are very less number of instrumental sets in our city. So, yeah, if you are aligned with a vocalist who is getting you work, you are getting your work, you are getting paid. If you are aligned, there are many ways. If you are aligned with a music producer for whom you program, you are getting the work from that music producer. You as a musician, how are you earning? You are earning by playing. As a vocalist, how am I earning? I'm earning by singing. So, multiple ways we have to deliver our work. So, we get paid by delivering our work. As simple as that.
Durnibar, out of all the playbacks that you've had recently, name one song that seems to be your favorite.
There is one song that we were recording at your house for Daghor.
Right.
Amar Mahakashe.
Right. Durnibar, thank you so much for being a part of NMN Podcast.
Thank you, Shivashish, for having me here. It was a pleasure.